holiday gifts, but a local woman has an important warning about what you do with information from at-home DNA testing kits. Medical reporter Liz Bonus explains why now.
There are lots of options now for home testing of your DNA. So when Rachel Rockwell wanted to find out about her family tree,
I did some research and I found that there was one brand that had more testing done than anything else, and I figured that if more people do the test, then they must be more accurate. So that's why I went with Ancestry initially.
Ancestry did provide Rachel with what she wanted to know about her genealogy and her family tree. But as a company spokesperson confirmed for us in this statement, AncestryDNA does not offer medical or diagnostic results for genetic mutations. And that was something Rachel did want to know about. So she took her test information and sent it on to another company to find out more about her health risks.
What Rachel did is she exported her raw DNA from a direct-to-consumer test. And that test was not designed to look at any health conditions at all.
When she got that report back from a different third-party direct-to-consumer site,
I was quite concerned because the highest amount you could possibly get in that service said that I could have a gene that caused cancer.
And not just any cancer, breast cancer. So Rachel then took the next step suggested in the fine print of her results.
I took a moment, I calmed down, and I called my doctor and talked to her about it.
Rachel's healthcare provider then recommended full genetic testing with a qualified medical lab and a follow-up appointment with a geneticist. But while waiting for that appointment,
we had conversations about me having surgery, and we could have scheduled that very easily. I had the opportunity to schedule it, but it's a good thing that I didn't, because my life would be completely different today had I acted out of fear rather than fact.
That's because by the time she did get results from the more complete genetic screening and the consult with Karen Hulsman, a licensed genetic counselor,
this is the variant that was identified. It had an RS number, specific location in BRCA2, and when I looked it up in the literature, it was a legitimate mutation in BRCA2 with a high cancer risk associated. But in fact, when we did go ahead and do a comprehensive inherited breast cancer test, it was negative.
How does that happen?
They use data that's submitted publicly by many places, but it's not as carefully vetted as what you would see in a clinical lab.
So why did you feel like we need to be talking about this? This is going to be a pretty big holiday gift.
These tests don't know you. They're not medical doctors. They're not your doctor.
And the companies all say that these direct-to-consumer tests are not for clinical use. They're not for medical decision-making, as Rachel said. But I think, that's in the fine print, and a lot of people, don't read it or misunderstand. And so I think it can lead to false negatives and, in some cases, false positives, as in Rachel's case.
At Good Samaritan Hospital, Liz Bonus, Local 12 News.
Now, there are several third-party sites that will take direct consumer information online about your genetics and health, most costing less than $10. We've linked the whole statement from Ancestry at local12.com.